2 influencers leave their toddlers all alone in their cabin, and more cruisers behaving badly. Hey everybody, if you are new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things theme park, cruise, and travel. And if you're a returning viewer, click that notification bell so you never miss a video. Today's first story is about a guest who was on the Carnival Venezia and had a very important Zoom call. So important that he took it upon himself to shush all of the guests at the Java Blue Cafe. Now this story got the attention of John Hild, who is basically the spokesperson of Carnival, and in a part of his statement says, "Now it's probably wrong of me to say that this chap should have been led by their ear to the stocks, so other guests had a chance to throw pastries at him." So I think it's safe to say that John Hild thought that this cruiser was absolutely out of line and downright rude for asking other cruisers in a public space to shush so that he could do his Zoom call. So this story kind of made me think of a situation we had about a week ago. Now, my son does not like going anywhere. He would rather just stay in the house, and we actually got him to agree to go with us to IKEA to pick up some things for his sister. He ended up picking up a few items to decorate his room as well, but I wanted him to try some new food. He is very much burgers, pizzas, chicken strips. Like, he's going to be the perfect college kid because he will eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we took him to the cafe at IKEA and he picked out some things to try. We were super excited that he was actually going to eat different food. The cafe at the IKEA where we live in Orlando is pretty big. It's like there's a lot of seats. So we decided to get like a table off to the side so we could kind of be by ourselves and just kind of chit chat. And about 30 seconds after we sit down, here comes another couple, 2 guys, and one of the guys gets on his phone on a FaceTime call and has the volume to like 1,000. You could hear everything he was saying as well as everything that the person on the other end was saying. And in my opinion, that's just rude. You are disrupting not only the other person you're with, you're ignoring them, but you're also disrupting the other families that are around you. And in my opinion, if you are going to be on FaceTime, on a Zoom call, or whatever, you need to go somewhere where it's not busy, not a public space, and just be respectful of those people around you. I feel like so many people are so inconsiderate, they're so selfish, and all they think about is themselves and how their experience in life is going, and they don't really think about those around them. So in my opinion, this cruiser asking people to shush so he could do his Zoom call is absolutely rude, out of line, and disrespectful to everyone else on the cruise ship. If you're going to do a Zoom call, maybe go to your cabin, or if you want to be in a public space, that's fine, but you can't expect everyone around you to be quiet just so you can be on your work meeting, Zoom call, whatever you're doing. But what do you guys think about this story? Do you think that the cruiser was right or justified for shushing all of the other people at the Java Blue Cafe, or do you think that he was being rude and he should have just realized he was in a public space and dealt with the fact that he made the decision to be in a public space versus somewhere quiet for his work call? What do you guys think? Let me know below. Before I get into my second story, I have a major favor to ask. We have reached our goal, even surpassed our goal of getting 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much to everyone who has taken a chance on this channel and come and watch our videos every day. We appreciate you so much. But now I have an even bigger favor to ask. We are 1,300 hours away from being a part of the YouTube Partner Program, which is basically a program that you apply for once you meet all the criteria set forth by YouTube to become monetized. My channel becoming monetized is not something I thought would happen in the next year or 2 years, but we are so close to becoming monetized that I could really use your help. So the ways that you can help out the channel is by watching this video all the way through, and then even going back and watching my past couple of videos all the way through to the end, make sure you leave a thumbs up and a comment in the comment section letting me know what you think about the stories that I share. And if you don't know what to comment, just leave me a smiley face emoji. Those little things are things that really help the channel to reach more people, so more people can view my videos, and it also lets me know if you like the stories I'm sharing, or if you want to hear different stories, if you want me to focus more on scams, or if you want to hear money saving tips. Make sure you let me know in the comments below and I'll make those videos for you. Now, let's get into today's second story. Influencers Matt and Abby have around 5 million followers on TikTok, and they decided it would be okay to leave their kids unsupervised in their cabin alone so they could go enjoy dinner. I want to preface this story by saying everything is alleged. There's no video evidence that this happened, and the only thing we have is a recently deleted Instagram story stating that they allegedly left their kids in the room so they could go have dinner. But we do have a screenshot of that story, so we are going to go over that right now, and then I'm going to share some of my opinions. The story says, so we ended up taking them for 5 nights, and it became apparent that they weren't enjoying it, and therefore we weren't either. So then we switched our dinner time to after their bedtime and FaceTimed the monitors while we ate. And that worked out much better for everyone. So I have a couple of issues with the story, but first and foremost, you have 5 million followers. You are influencing other parents, other young parents, to potentially think that it's okay to do the things you do because it worked out so much better for you. For example, let me tell you why that does not work better. One example is that your kids are in a room alone. They are toddlers. Toddlers wake up in the middle of the night and their parents are not there. That is going to be scary. They are going to look for you. They are going to be afraid. Who's to say that they're not going to open the balcony door to go out there to look for mom and dad and a terrible accident happens? And you're going to see all that through a monitor? Not only that, but everyone on your steward team, as well as people who just have master keys on the ship, have access to your room. Now, who's to say that one of those people might not accidentally stumble upon your kids and something very bad happens? What are you going to do? Just watch all that through a monitor? Explain to me why you think it's okay to just go out to dinner and watch your kids through a monitor that you were FaceTiming. That makes absolutely no sense to me. There are daycares and camps on cruise ships. I know this because I have taken my kids to the camps on the cruise ships. You can pay a small fee, sometimes it's like a couple of dollars, maybe $5, maybe $10 for your kids to stay in the daycare or the camp for extended hours. I think it's only on certain nights of the ship, but they do have that option. Why wouldn't these parents just choose that option? The kids are going to be safe, they're going to be cared for, there are going to be other kids that they can interact with, they have places that the kids can kind of lay down if they get tired. Why on earth would you think it's okay to just put your kids in a cabin all alone so they can potentially get hurt while you sit there and enjoy your dinner and watch them get injuries or get snatched on a monitor? You have got to be kidding me. What do you think you're gonna do? Jump through that monitor and teleport to the cabin and save your kid from falling off a balcony or getting kidnapped by somebody? That is absolutely the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard of, and that is one of the most selfish things I have ever heard of. You are endangering your children allegedly by doing this behavior, and you are influencing other parents to potentially think that this is a great idea. And what if something happens to one of their kids because it didn't work out so great for them, but it worked out great for you? The thing with influencing, you have to be aware of what you are saying and what you are doing online. And that is one of the reasons I don't really like the Clock app, because you can literally go viral over doing the most insignificant thing, and you can even become an influencer by doing these insignificant things, and there's no repercussion to it, because at the end of the day, you're not responsible for how other people live their lives or even parent their kids in this situation. And I absolutely 1000% agree with that logic. However, you have a responsibility to be mindful of what you're putting out to your audience because they are going to follow you. The thing with influencing is people look up to you. Even if you don't want them to, they are going to look up to you, and you are being neglectful, allegedly, and potentially allegedly putting your kids in danger. So in my unprofessional, unsolicited opinion, that is not a good idea. Do not leave your kids alone in a cabin so you can go and do things on a cruise ship. Take them to the camps. Take them to the after hours care. And I don't even want to hear that there are bad people potentially that watch the kids in the daycares. Yes, there are bad people everywhere around every corner. However, I would feel much better having my kids in a daycare where there are cameras and where most of the people working there do really care for your children and want to keep them safe, versus keeping them in a cabin all alone where they can accidentally fall off a balcony, fall and get hurt, scrape their knee, or just be scared that they are all alone as toddlers while you are out there eating dinner. Like, I couldn't even fathom having dinner knowing that my kids are alone. But what do you guys think about this story? Do you think it's okay to leave your kids locked in a cabin all alone while you go out and have dinner or go to the comedy club? Or do you think that is absolutely neglectful? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you want to stay up to date on all things theme park, cruise, and travel, please consider subscribing with that notification bell on. Until next time,